still living my life. Hey man, but it just grows the sport though, man. Like the amount, like the Muhammad Ali's, the Floyd Mayweather's, the Conor McGregor's, they grow the sport so much. And even today's age, going back to MMA with Sean O'Malley, who's fighting at UFC 306, he is bringing a new audience too, a younger audience, but he's bringing, like, he's their hero almost in a sense, right? Like how yours was like a Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. He's their person who's bringing them into the sport, doing all the shit he does, face tattoos, smoking weed, and knocking people out and having the performances to back it up. He's another one of those guys I feel like backs up what he says, right? How do you see that fight with him and Merab going?
Dude, I think if Merab gets clipped, I've never seen Merab off the top of my head. I can't think of the last time Merab got clipped.
I said this. You say you can't.
And if I'm the casual out of these three, I'll take that title. That's okay. I just don't. I can't see Merab losing.
You can't see Merab.
Oh
losing.
Wow.
Yeah. Not what you thought.
Oh.
I mean, well, he got clipped against Cejudo.
He got dropped.
He didn't get dropped. He got clipped. He got rocked, and then he ended up recovering.
I must have missed that.
He
I
did.
missed that.
It was a short left hook. He wobbled for a little bit. Cejudo tried to pounce on him and missed majority of his shots, and then Merab was able to recover. And then I think dating back to his fight with Marlon Moraes, that was the last time he was hurt. He was hurt bad in that fight. That fight he was almost out. But then his ability to recover is next level though. Like he'll get hurt, and then as soon as he's on a single leg or as soon as he's recovered, it's like almost a nightmare, especially for these guys who are trying to finish him. But his
cardio is insane.
Yeah, and that's something. There's something to that. I think what people say is that like the better shape you're in, like this is what the Diaz brothers kind of almost brought to MMA. Like the better shape that you're in, the more your brain could take, the more your chin can take, like the better chin you have. All right, like the Diaz brothers, they always ran triathlons and did all those crazy things, right? Merab is a machine in the gym, and I feel like his cardio is the reason why he's able to recover so quickly when he does get hurt. Yeah, but yeah, going back to, I mean, it is a tough fight. It is a tough fight.
I've heard that too. I've heard like the cardio builds your chin. I've heard that.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that this is going to be Sean's toughest fight? You can speak your mind too, though.
Toughest fight was honestly, I thought, you can speak too. I thought his toughest fight was Jan. I truthfully thought I thought Jan was gonna murder him. We haven't seen the same Peter Yan since before his fight against Aljo, the first fight against Aljo. That was Peter Yan against Aljo 1 he was dangerous. He was that was the Yan I was going to see against Sean. I didn't think Sean was going to win that.
I think Aljo was his toughest fight, and he dubbed him.
You think? Oh, so you're talking about like style wise?
Aljo was his toughest fight, and he put face on Matt.
Aljo was a tough fight for him.
Yeah,
he was a tough fight. But Aljo wasn't. He wasn't the one who's really gonna like push that pace though. At the same time, because you see Sean breathing in between rounds, right? You see him looking up at the clock, even in the Yan fight, right? Which I think that Yan fight was definitely his toughest so far, right? And going into it, like you just said, I thought Yan was gonna give him that tough fight, and I was like, man, if he does make it out of it, okay, yeah, he's that guy. He'll be champ. But yeah, as far as his toughest fight, as crazy as it sounds, I think
Aljo's a dog.
Yeah, Aljo's a dog, but I think that Merab is his toughest style matchup, and I still think he's gonna win. I still don't think that it presents like the wrestling is definitely gonna give him trouble. The pace, the cardio is gonna give him trouble. He shouldn't have too much of a problem on the feet, even though this is another human being he has to worry about. But I don't see a way for Merab to really finish him. And that's what's making me lean so much more towards Sean. Because in his fights, nobody gets out unscathed. Whether it's him or whether it's his opponent. people are dropping. That's how it goes, right? What do you think about that?
I would agree. Okay, I agree with you. I still stand by my statement that I think Merab wins, but it's got to be off of just pressure, constant pressure in wrestling. The one thing, and you mentioned that earlier, as far as like you guys are fans of like the grappling and wrestling pressure. I am too. Like I love MMA. I'm not just trying to be like a boxing, like purist, but also I'm not trying to be biased towards stand up and boxing. I love wrestling and grappling. Like my favorite grappler to watch is a grappler who has the pressure but is doing damage. Like Khabib, perfect example. Like some casual or something might be like, oh, he's just laying there. No, he's laying there. He has his arm trapped behind his back, and he's throwing hands and elbows like he's dancing. Yes, there's those other wrestlers that just like lay there and just hold position. I'm like that I don't truly care about too much. But Merab, I think if he keeps that pressure and just he has to, so Merab has to close the distance. He has to somehow stay out of range or close in the range to like not get clipped. And Sean does get better every fight. And I think his stand up, his kicks, his hands, he's quick, and he's difficult to take down, I think, because he's so lanky.
It's a different leverage point when you have those long legs, like, and especially because Merab likes the single legs. Like, he very rarely completes a double leg takedown. He'll shoot a double on the fence, like when your back's against the cage, in order to like transition to like a single leg. But man, it's so hard trying to take down people with long legs when you only have a hold of one leg. When you only have a single leg, it's so difficult, especially if they know what they're doing. And to be honest, I think that Sean also showed in his fight with Jan, like when it did go to the ground, which I don't think he was planning for at all, he had an ability to get up by throwing up attacks, right? When Merab takes people down, he doesn't do enough damage for me. He more tries to damage their gas tank, right? He tries to break people. He tries to break people until they can't really keep up with his attacks. As far as the wrestling aspect goes, like he's almost the most pure wrestler that I've seen, like with his fighting style. Like he doesn't go for many submissions, right? I think he has like one submission or two submissions on his record. He obviously prioritizes position over the submission. And man, I feel like Sean moves so much that it's going to be hard to get to those takedowns and to close that gap like you were talking about in the meantime, right? Because like as soon as you start trying to cross that void, that's where Sean wants you to be. Just like when Aljo tried to cross that void, right? When he tried to throw that overhand into the single leg or whatever, and just the end of the fight. The first time he tried to do that, it was the end of the fight. I think Sean is so good at capitalizing on those moments that, man, that makes it just a tough fight. Makes it a tough fight. Now, if he could get on a leg, right, if he could put together a good combination, hit him, make him respect the hands, and then get to the leg, that's a little different, right? Because then it starts those wrestling transitions. Then it starts that fatiguing process. Then it's like, okay, he might not be as sharp on the feet after that, right? But yeah, that's kind of my take on it. What do you think about that though?
Oh no, I think it gets out of there quick. I don't think it lasts long. Me personally, I don't think. No, like I see this stylistic breakdown. Me personally, I think it gets him out of there quick.
You think, Sean?
Quick. My gone.
Noche UFC. That's gonna be in the sphere too. That's gonna be in the sphere. I just saw an interview with Dana, and Dana was saying that that there's gonna be chapters. That's the way they're gonna do it.
What you mean?
Like there's gonna be chapters in the event. You know how he keeps saying that this is his love letter to Mexico, and everything, right? Like that's kind of how he's been promoting it. Yeah, so he's pretty much saying that he's gonna tell the history of Mexico and Mexicans fighting since the dawn of time, pretty much. And it's gonna be like a story told within the sphere. And yeah, he's calling it a movie. He's pretty much calling it a movie, a book, whatever.
It's gonna be a quick book. It's gonna be a fast. It's gonna be a quick paced book. It's gonna be a short story.
What's up, villains? New episodes of The Will vs. The Way Uncensored MMA podcast drop weekly. Make sure to check out our most recent episodes and latest interviews that we've had on the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.